Here are 10 times Meghan Markle was reportedly asked to leave because of the negative energy she brought with her. Wait for the fifth one, because that one is absolutely wild and unexpected. During a royal tour of Morocco, a red carpet was rolled out specifically for Prince Harry to inspect the waiting guard of honor. Meghan saw a chance to steal the spotlight, but the universe basically said, "Not today." She apparently planned to cling to Harry to share the glory, but a staff member quickly stepped in, stopped her, and guided her aside. This was definitely not the grand entrance she had envisioned. After a brief, tense exchange with the official, she realized she had no choice but to comply, walking awkwardly beside the carpet with a visibly frozen expression. Onlookers speculated that she was quietly reminded that red carpets are strictly reserved for working members of royalty. Ultimately, Harry could only enjoy his moment once Meghan stopped trying to steal it with her demanding presence. Shortly after their wedding, they attended Prince Charles's birthday celebration, but were quickly escorted off the premises, all because of Meghan's disruptive behavior. She seemed entirely out of place at the event, making it obvious she did not want to be there. Camilla reportedly overheard Meghan complaining that she just wanted to go back home. Camilla immediately told Charles. Deciding that keeping someone so miserable around would ruin the mood, Charles took action and politely but firmly escorted the couple out of the party because of her attitude. Only minutes later, Charles reportedly told Harry, "Your car is waiting outside. It is time to leave." They quickly said their hellos and left. What a total disaster. This unfolded in March 2019, during the 50th anniversary of Charles becoming the Prince of Wales. Buckingham Palace hosted a grand reception packed with senior royals and high-profile guests. Prior to the main event, Queen Elizabeth, Charles, and Prince William were set to view investiture items privately. Access was strictly limited to them and their spouses. Every other guest received clear instructions to wait in a separate holding room. However, Prince Harry and Meghan completely ignored those protocol rules. Footage caught them hovering right outside the private room before the Queen even arrived, clearly pushing ahead of everyone else. At one point, Charles reportedly told them, "No, senior royals only," but they still refused to budge. Eventually, palace aides and a security guard intervened, guiding them away from the Queen and straight out of the room. This story comes from Michael Checky, a prominent maitre d' who has managed several Michelin-starred establishments. In his memoir, Your Table is Ready, he recalls a tense encounter that took place at Lupa in 2017. According to Checky, Meghan's handler demanded a private table solely because she was dating a British prince. The maitre d' calmly explained that no private table was open, but the handler doubled down, insisting their guest was dating Prince Harry and would soon be a duchess. Checky admitted his immediate instinct was simply to laugh. He noted that absolutely nobody in the restaurant cared, from the staff to the regulars sitting at the bar. Elite guests dined there daily, so the little stunt impressed absolutely no one. Throughout the entire awkward exchange, Meghan reportedly stayed completely silent and detached. He later described her behavior as aloof and uninterested. Though her presence drew attention for the wrong reasons, Meghan's attempt at name-dropping royalty only resulted in major embarrassment. This kind of behavior is truly unthinkable. This occurred during Meghan's visit to the Dorfman Theatre, as part of her official patron role with the National Theatre. Reports online suggest that Queen Elizabeth requested a direct word with Meghan beforehand, but Meghan allegedly blew past the royal summons to attend her arts meeting anyway. But there was a catch. The Queen had already cancelled everything. So when Meghan arrived, she was flatly told there was no event, no meeting, and no role for her. Security quickly stepped in, escorting her away and telling her to return to Buckingham Palace immediately. To make things even more awkward, Meghan seemed highly aware of the cameras, conspicuously missing her ring, which many saw as a direct snub toward Harry. If these claims are true, the situation goes beyond embarrassing, it is downright shocking. Blowing off a direct request from the Queen is no minor slip-up, regardless of anyone's personal feelings. She was the reigning monarch and Harry's grandmother. When she calls, attendance is non-negotiable. Once again, Meghan reportedly learned the hard way that nobody in the royal family ever outranks the Queen. When the couple stepped back from royal duties, they celebrated their freedom, completely unaware that all of their royal perks and privileges would be stripped away permanently. Shortly after their departure, they were officially ordered to pack up and vacate Frogmore Cottage for good. This marked a massive shift in their lives, a literal pack your bags and get out moment. A clear sign they were no longer welcome. Overnight, a spokesperson for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle confirmed they were being evicted from their Windsor home, telling NBC News that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex had been ordered to clear out of Frogmore Cottage. During Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee, an event designed to honor 70 years of duty and dignity, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were quietly pushed aside. No balcony appearance, no front row seats, and zero senior royal treatment. Instead, they were seated far from the royal core, split from William and Kate. If you and I look closely, this was no accident. It was entirely intentional. The palace made it crystal clear. If you are not a working royal, you do not get the perks. Titles do not beat hierarchy, and cameras do not beat tradition. For a couple, fueled by the spotlight, this was brutal. Meghan arrived expecting center stage and left with a harsh lesson in royal rank. The Sussexes were officially second-row royalty now, forced to sit far away from the senior family members. Once she stepped back from active duties, Meghan Markle was totally banned from any future balcony appearances. This move was far more than just a symbolic gesture. It was a very public erasure of their royal status, and the palace did not even pretend it was temporary. In an instant, Meghan went from guaranteed primetime exposure to being completely shut out of a massive global broadcast. The Queen ruthlessly trimmed the guest list for a major highlight of her historic Platinum Jubilee celebrations. Only active, working members of the family were allowed to stand beside her on the Buckingham Palace balcony, which meant the Duke, the Duchess, and Prince Andrew were left in the cold. At Queen Elizabeth II's funeral, a time meant for family unity, Meghan was clearly iced out. She was placed far from the senior royals, hidden behind a giant candle, and kept out of the inner circle. This was no accident. Every single inch of a royal funeral is highly choreographed. While Meghan was not literally dragged from the funeral procession, she was strategically sidelined, which in royal terms is basically being shown the door politely. Onlookers were stunned to see Prince Harry and Meghan Markle demoted to the second row during the late Queen's funeral. Along with their secondary placement, they were also uninvited from a major state reception hosted by King Charles for world leaders and foreign dignitaries. They were reminded that prestigious events like this were strictly reserved for active royals, not family dropouts. Stuck in the second row at Queen Elizabeth II's funeral, reports quickly spread that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were banned from the Buckingham Palace reception. King Charles III hosted global leaders who had traveled to London to pay their final respects. Although the couple was originally invited, the palace reversed course, deciding only active royals should attend. Meghan surely wanted to attend King Charles's coronation for the massive global spotlight, but in the end, she did not show up. Rumors suggest she was warned to stay away because she was outside the inner circle, making her presence completely unnecessary, even though she belonged to the family by marriage. Attending her father-in-law's historic coronation would have been the proper move, but she chose to skip it. There you have it, the key moments when Meghan Markle was quietly told to step back. Which of these brutal snubs stood out to you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. See you in the next video.